I'll try to figure this out. There we go. Anyway, sorry about that. Welcome. I am going to be making some modified ramen noodles today. It takes a standard ramen noodle packet and it will make it even yummier to fill you up more so you get more out of each packet. I guess it'd be like a college kid's favorite here. Like I said, the reason why I'm doing this is because I am low on funds right now, so going out and buying a bunch of ingredients is not going to happen. So what I have here is I have boiling water I'm going to use for making some hard-boiled eggs. Since I have it boiling already, I'm going to go ahead and drop these suckers in there. I'm going to make quite a few. Anything I don't eat today will be used for like breakfast items and stuff like that down the road. So it doesn't hurt to boil more than you think you need. Oh man, one of those broke already. Golly. With that being said, oh well, the heck with it. That being said, feel free to make as many eggs as you want to make. It doesn't have to be anything particular. If you don't even want to make this, you can make some hard-boiled eggs. But the way I'm doing it is I put in the water, I add salt to it, and then I add just a little bit of vinegar. It's supposed to, I never know why, but it's supposed to help when it's time to crack the eggs open, make them come through all the way. Now what I do is, it's 5:04 now, I usually cook them for 10 minutes. Once I cook them for 10 minutes, or boil them for 10 minutes, I'm going to put them in some ice cold water, which I have right here in this orange bowl, and then they'll be ready to crack open and do what I need to do with them. Meanwhile, I have 6 open ramen noodle packets, 6 because my family eats a lot. I'll probably eat like 3 or 4 bowls myself, so I got to make sure there's enough for everybody. I got some ham for a little topping afterwards. I got some milk to help make it a little bit creamier, and I got some eggs that have been beaten to help put into the soup to get a little more flavor and have a little bit more substance to it to fill you up. There's no particular amount you need. I'm just doing like a cup of milk. I cracked open 4 eggs to beat up, so I'm making a lot of ramen. If you're just doing 1 bag, I recommend don't do more than 1 egg. Like I said, the hard-boiled eggs up to you how many you want to make. Nothing particular here. All right, so those are starting to boil. I'm going to go ahead and turn my heat on and start warming up my water for the ramen noodles. I always put salt in my water because that's the way I do things. Now, what I like to do to add a little bit extra something to mine is I like to add some oil to my water as well. It helps. You can do this. I do this with pasta. I do this with rice. I do this with anything I need to boil that might stick together, because it'll help keep them from sticking to the side of the pan and sticking together. Now I'm using sesame oil to give it a little bit extra, I guess, I don't know, Asian-like flavor, I guess you can say. I don't know, it's weird to say, but it gives that little extra flavor. It makes it taste just a little bit more, I don't want to say authentic, I guess is the best way to word it. Oh, that reminds me, I want to get soy sauce too. The soy sauce will be for later, right when I'm boiling up the food. Now, if you wanted to add a little bit more stuff to it, and I would have done this if I had the items to do it with, but you could throw some carrots and some other vegetables, and maybe some celery or something if you want a little bit of vegetables in here. Throw them in the water while it's starting to boil. That way, start softening them up before you put the noodles in. Because remember, these noodles only take like 3 minutes to be soft enough to eat. You don't want them too soft or else they'll be all squishy. I mean, I'd eat them anyway because that's me. But you put them in there. You're gonna put all the stuff you need before the noodles in there, like vegetables and whatnot, whatever you want to cook in there. I'm saving the eggs for after I put the noodles in, because these eggs are going to be like a topping, but the beaten eggs are going to help mix it up right near the end. All right, cool. So now that I have you all on here, how is everybody doing today? Has anyone ever tried making their own kind of ramen noodles? Like maybe whether it be using the pre-made packets like you buy in stores, or maybe going out and buying some actual, like, I don't know what kind of noodles they'd be, but actual like noodles like that and making your own homemade ramen. Anybody? Bueller? I would like to have put mushrooms in here and carrots at least. Give a little extra something. You can also, if you want to be like some of those fancy schmancy restaurants, you can put a little tofu in there. Maybe you can figure out how to put those little swirlies on them they put on there. Oh no, but they're good. That's all I know. Excuse me. But we're gonna wait for these to boil. We still got about another 6 minutes left on the eggs, and then by the time they're done, my water in my pot should be starting to boil up here. How's my music sounding, guys? Is it too loud? Not at all. Let me go with. I click it a couple times, see how much it turns it up. I have my volume on my phone so that way I can hear it. If it gets too loud. I think it's perfect. Let me know if it's too loud for you guys. Guys and gals. Alright, let's see, we've got another 5 minutes left on that. What I like to do is, some people like to put the whole noodles in there. Pretty loud, huh? Whole noodles in there, and then break them up after they start cooking. I like to crunch up the little pieces beforehand because it just makes things easier for me. But to each their own. If some of you have never made hard-boiled eggs before, it's pretty simple. Just put the water in the pot. I add salt and vinegar to the water to help move things along. It's supposed to help with cracking of the egg later. We just let them boil. Recommended time for most things I've seen, and best one works out for me is 10 minutes. If you boil them for 10 minutes, you should get a perfectly cooked center and everything. If you pull them out a little before 10 minutes, not the end of the world. They'll still be edible. It just might not be, the yolk might not be cooked thoroughly through. If you put them in too long, they end up cooking the yolk too much. But then again, it's still good. It still tastes good to me. I have no problem with it. We enjoy some pie. I guess she's outside right now. Thanks for interrupting my stream.
Outside, she's like,
okay. Thanks for interrupting my stream. Close the back door's behind me, so my kids don't bother me. They come. They're not gonna cook with me. They're gonna be yelling and screaming. So how's everybody doing out there? Anybody out there ever do any kind of these modified ramen recipes? There's plenty of recipes out there. Hey, keep it down. Alright. Sorry, my daughter brought her friends over. Our friends came over, she didn't bring them over. She loves having this new house we have. It's so close to all of her friends and everything. She told me, she's like right outside.
she told me upstairs and I'm coming.
And I yelled at her for coming here, yelling, screaming on the stream.
She didn't ask us if Kylie would come up.
She didn't even tell me Kylie was out there. Alright, so anyone if you guys like this pretzel rock thing I have going on, I didn't realize it was actually as easy as it turned out to be. I like the music on. I've listened to the Pretzel Rock app before when I first downloaded it, but I couldn't figure out how to get it to work on my stream right, but now it's working fine. I just don't know how it would work if I was doing like playing on my PlayStation. I don't know if I'd have to, if I'd be able to turn the volume down somehow. I don't know. Maybe is there a phone app for it? Maybe, I don't know. I can just adjust it. I don't know. Because it'd be nice to have this background music while I was playing my click this off here and go ahead and toss this water so it's out of the way, so there's one less thing on my screen. Don't mind me, let's rinse this out real quick. Those problems. Alright, cool. So those are cooling off. I'm gonna get a little knife and start cutting those open once when they're ready to go. Come on, everybody leaves this thing on stream. Seriously? Drawers these days. Fancy pairing stream. Pairing stream, pairing knife. Oh my gosh, never mind. Alright, sounds like this water's about ready to start boiling here. You can hear it sizzling away. It has the sesame oil in it, is what I used. You can use any kind of oil to help keep them from sticking together. And that works for rice too. I do it all the time with rice because it's really nice because you don't have to worry about the rice all clumping together and stuff. Nor you have to worry about anything sticking to the sides of the pan. Unless of course you like burn it and it kind of sticks to it. But whatever. That's neither here nor there. My lovely assistant. I'm gonna turn on my phone on my volume a little bit more so I can hear my music. There's no music.
What stuff are you making?
I'm gonna put hard-boiled eggs in them. I'm gonna put regular egg in them. And I'm gonna put some ham on top. Well, you can hold your horses. Hold all the horses you got.
I have no horses. I thought I would be more powder. I thought when it
Alright, see, it makes it done good. What's wrong with you? Alright, let me know if the music's too loud, too quiet. Neither here nor there. Well, I just figured out how to do it now. I'm gonna have to see if there's a way to do it during my gaming streams. I like to have that music in the background, it'd be nice. Without having this like blasted over my phone, I guess. So there has to be a way to like link it up. There has to be a phone app, right? I'm not gonna play with my phone. Oops, I just left my stream. There we go.
so cheap. It's better.
Alrighty then.
Wait, what all did you put in here?
Bunch of stuff.
What
Bunch of stuff.
did you put in?
I haven't put anything yet. I have water and sesame oil.
So, then you just wait. Did you just start the stream?
I started stream half an hour ago.
Half an hour.
Well,
Half an hour.
I started actually talking like 18 minutes ago, but I hit the record or the streaming button. Then I did my 10-minute wind up.
I'm gonna go get food.
This is shenanigans. Alright, but anyway, like I'm doing out here, I'm gonna start peeling some of these eggs, I guess. They've been sitting there long enough, you think? One of these a pretty way to crack a hard-boiled egg. You just smash it and roll it. It's kind of fun though, to break apart in little tiny pieces. Oh yeah, look at the shells coming right off. Bada bang, bada boom. You know what I'm saying? You can't really see it too well, but the shell came right off. There's a piece of shard. Next, there's one. Boop. There's the already smashed one, so I'm gonna try to just pop it open here real quick. That looks pretty good. There's the one that, there it goes. Well, now you can see, this is the one that cracked open. So the yolk didn't get cooked all the way through because it got all deformed, I guess. But still looks good to me. I'm gonna eat it. I'm not gonna complain. Oh, and I just dropped some on the ground. So I guess I'll eat that one while I'm streaming. So I'm gonna keep peeling these while I'm waiting for this water to boil. That way when it comes time to start dishing these out, they're ready to go.
I know this.
Nice and prettiful. Nice and prettiful. I need I have a bunch of them in here. Pour that one in half. Whoopsie. This one will go in my bowl, I guess. Then since it's already. Not even gonna fall apart that easy. Golly. Well, golly. There's another half of one in there. I'll put that in my soup.
Okay, so you didn't know what to put in liquids. In the bottom, in the drawers, there's some oranges.
Alright, so anyone out there who just joined us, feel free to say hello. Feel free to let me know if you've ever made any kind of ramen noodles before. Besides, like, whether it just be straight from the bag, or if you actually modified them like I'm doing. In some particular, there's dozens upon dozens of ways to do it, to make different ones. I've seen some recipes for like sriracha ones, which I would have totally made those if I had some sriracha right now. I've seen them for all this different stuff. And on that note, I have all different flavors out there. What is your favorite flavor of ramen noodles? Mine is, there's a chili one they made that I've had a couple times. It's so freaking good. Nice and spicy. Has great flavor to it. It's not too spicy. It's not the kind of spice that makes you not be able to taste anything. It's like perfect amount of spiciness if you ask me. There used to be pork flavored, there's shrimp flavored, there's chicken flavored, creamy chicken, beef flavored, of course, roast beef flavored. I don't know the difference between roast beef flavored and the regular beef flavored. There's so I've seen the spicy chicken one, I think. There's the Oriental, of course. I think I said shrimp already. I used to go, like, when I was younger, I used to make it like a goal of mine. Every time I saw a new flavor, I had to buy the flavor and try it. I think my least favorite is creamy chicken. At least when I made it a couple times, it just didn't taste right. So I mean, it could have been the way I made it, but it kind of ruined it for me for the rest of the time. But I could literally eat any kind of ramen noodles and be perfectly fine. Alright, so what we're going to do is go ahead and add the noodles in. Because I'm doing 6 packets, so I have 12 cups of water in here. You're supposed to do 2 cups of water per packet. For those of you who didn't know that. For all you ramen noobs out there. Ramen noobs. Hey, Decent, what's up? You're the first person to join my stream today.
Really? Okay, I'm going.
Well, besides myself, I guess.
Wait, no, I'm not going to go upstairs.
What I like to, some people like to wait until after it's cooked. They know to cook before they add the flavor packets. I like to add it right away, let it cook in there. How's it go? How's it go? Oh my gosh. Why don't you let Rocco in so we can work it up? Anyway, sorry. You're tab hopping. Sorry. Some people like to add the seasoning before or after the noodles get cooked. I like to add it before to help the flavor get all stirred up in there. Well, my daughter, she's excited to finally be able to have friends over our house because our old house was kind of far away from all her friends, and my house is kind of disgusting. We had so much crap crammed into a small house. Yeah. Right, okay. I'm trying to do a stream. But sorry. The dog was barking. Sorry about that. I got distracted with my kids, but it's because my daughter brought had friends come over, and my dog doesn't like anyone who's not normal family members. So like anybody walks in here that's not, well, even when I'm trying to leave the house, he'll bark his brains out. So of course she had friends over, so I was like, so yeah, it was a dog. You heard decent. It was. All right. I'm gonna give it a couple minutes. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add the milk to give it a little creaminess to it. And I'm gonna pour the eggs in there and help it cook. Give me 1 second. Let me get a bowl for presentation purposes. Thanks, man. fancy bowl. Oh, I like to add a little soy sauce to certain, like, especially the Oriental ramen. Give the extra little flavor to it. It's so good. Because, you know, ramen doesn't have enough sodium in it already, right? Hey, Kate Swiss, what is up? Yeah, ramen, chili ramen, heck yeah. Thank you for the alerts, guys. Thank you for the tab hopping. Thank you for all the love out there. But what you guys missed, if you guys weren't here at the very beginning, all I had my water for my ramen. I put a little sesame oil in it to do a little extra flavor, and plus the oil helps the noodles from sticking together and make them all clumpy. So I always put oil in every time I make any kind of noodles or make rice because it helps keep the noodles from sticking together or sticking against the side of the pot. And of course, I always add salt to the water. I've always just heard it helps the water boil and stuff. I don't know if that's true, but I like it. And then in my other pot I had over here, I had water boiling for my eggs in. I put salt in that water as well, and then I put some good old vinegar in the water. It's supposed to help with the peeling, and it definitely did. I ended up getting these perfect peels for these eggs. Fantastic. The eggs and the ham I have over here, which you can't really see, I'm going to put that on top as kind of like a finishing touch. I'm waiting for this to boil a little more before I add some more stuff to it. But you can also throw in vegetables when the water started to boil. Let the vegetables cook for a couple minutes before you put the noodles in. Carrots are always a good one. You can put mushrooms in there. They've been really good. So, okay, Swiss, if you haven't ever been to any of my cooking streams before, I like to try to show you guys easy recipes that can like help out people if they're low on budget or just don't have a lot of time, or if they're just beginner cooks. Like I've been cooking for a couple years now, but I'm still a beginner. I'm still learning things as I go here. So, and this was my I have no money recipe. Did not have money after paying a bunch of bills, paying for my wedding, paying for a bunch of stuff. But I wanted to do a cooking stream, and I realized I had a bunch of ramen and I had stuff in the fridge. So I decided I'm going to do modified ramen recipes. It's regular ramen, but with a little bit extra oomph in it. It gives you a little bit more full, as well as give a little extra flavor to it. So that reminds me, I'm going to trim off some of this green onion here and put it in while I'm at it. I'll do it the easy way too. Where's my scissors at? Just get my scissors and start trimming some of this in there. You don't need to get all fancy with a knife to trim up some good old green onions. Just let it fall right into the soup. That's some big pieces. There's another tip too outside the box here. If you have any green onion buds laying around, that you cut off all the green parts, and you don't have you don't want to go out and keep buying more all the time. If you get the buds and you put them in a glass of water and put it in the window, they'll grow up nice and big. And they'll grow within like days. Like you'll have nice long ones in days. Which is crazy. That's something my fiance taught me here. I was never a big herbalist, I guess you can say. I liked having seasonings, but I was never good at growing my own. But now I have like basil and thyme and chamomile and a bunch of other stuff growing. I like to get like a little growing station with a light and everything. I'm gonna go ahead and mix up those green onions into this. I didn't put a lot of green onions in there because I won't use up all the green onions, but it'll add a little extra flavor regardless. Well, I do cooking streams every Sunday and Wednesday. So I'm in Eastern Standard Time. So I'll be doing 5 o'clock p.m. every Wednesday is Eastern Standard Time, and then 11 o'clock every Sunday morning. The only time I'll change Sunday morning is if I have something important come up, or if I have if my family decides they want to go to church and I have to push it back like an hour or two. But yeah, so I do usually Sundays I do more in-depth recipes if I have the money for it, just because I have more time to do it. I like to do the Wednesday recipes. I like to do them as more of a, you just got home from work, you want to cook something for the family, but you don't want to waste a lot of time. What do I do kind of situations. Alright, so now I got that boiling. I'm going to add some water to get a little bit milk, sorry, to add a little bit of creaminess to this. I went with a cup of milk since I was making 6 bags of ramen. Okay. I'll mix that up a little bit. Got a little bit of creaminess to it, a little bit extra flavor to it. This is just the way I'm doing it. There's multiple ways you can do it. I've seen sriracha flavored ramen. I've seen like people make ramen into coleslaw. I've seen people do like stir fry ramen, which might be an option for me down the road. Alright, then I'm gonna go ahead and I have 4 beaten eggs here. If you're only making 1 pack, I recommend only making 1 egg unless you like a lot of eggs. I'm gonna go ahead and pour those in. Let those cook for a little bit. I'm gonna stir it up and let that cook for a little bit. Let the eggs kind of cook throughout. Should only take about 30 seconds to a minute. Starting to look like that fancy. I don't know if you've ever been to a noodle shop, like the fancy noodle shops out there. That's what it's starting to look like. Got that nice flavor to it. Reminds me of the chashu ramen I had at this one place in the city is like a few hours from me. Also, speaking of watching my videos, I also post all my videos on my YouTube channel, which should be popping up in my Nightbot. Actually, just popped up a little bit ago. My YouTube channel, I post all my streams in there after I edit them a little bit, and I throw them into the YouTube just to give people another option to find my videos. I also do YouTube exclusive videos that show little tips and tricks or short recipes that I don't feel like streaming. Like I'm planning on doing some for Halloween, like quick, easy kids recipes for like Halloween, like mummy dogs and stuff like that. So keep an eye out for all that stuff. I already have some on there on how to make your own pasta dough, how to make your own pie dough, how to make your own homemade Pop-Tarts. I have how to cut an onion without frying. I have how to cut a green pepper with less mess. Oh, cool. Thank you, K-Swiss. Thank you much. If you're not already following me and you like watching my streams, feel free to hit that follow button so you can keep an eye on when I'm on if you haven't already done that. Decent. I really appreciate you. I always appreciate your support, buddy. You are awesome. Thanks to you popping in. I was sitting there talking to myself for a while. Felt good to talk to somebody else. All right. We're going to cook a little bit longer. I'm going to go ahead and bowl it up. I'm going to put some ham on there. I'm going to cut one of these yummy hard-boiled eggs in half. Oh, for the hard-boiled eggs, I cooked them for 10 minutes. That's usually my go-to on hard-boiled eggs. Looks like I could have cooked them a little bit longer. They're not completely done in the middle, but they're still yummy. So I'm going to cut them in half. And there's going to be like little decorations on top of the soup. I got some that fell apart when I was cutting them open, when I was cracking them open. So they're going to go on top of mine. They're not as pretty as the other ones. And let me know too. Is I started that pretzel rock thing you keep seeing popping up in the stream every 5 seconds. I turned the volume down, but because I want you guys to be able to hear me. But let me know if the volume is too loud or too quiet. If you want to hear more music, I can turn it up. If you want to hear less of the music, I can turn it down. I just did the pretzel rock thing because that way I can have music, something more chill, more relaxing, and stuff like that, or upbeat, or whatever you want to do with it. Anything you want to do with it. So yeah, I just want to have more. I wanted something in my background this time instead of just me just talking to you guys, boring you guys to death. All right, let me go ahead and bowl this up. It's looking yummy. It's looking. Where's it at? See if it works. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? It didn't work. Let's go yummy. Lame. If you're behind me. Alright, sorry guys. Keep getting interrupted. Good. I sat there at the beginning of my stream. I was sitting there messing with it because I didn't know how to change the volume. But I finally figured it out, and then it was like a delayed reaction in doing it. So I couldn't tell if it, so I'd hit the button too many times, and I hit the button not enough, and it's just ridiculous. Thank you for the input there, K-Swiss. I definitely needed that. Needed to make sure I knew how it was going here. Go ahead and turn this off because it's definitely cooked long enough. Now this is a part where I'm not going to put, one of the bowls I make, I'm not going to put this ham on because my oldest does not like meat for some reason. Kids. Alright. So just dropped it on the ground. I'm going to get a nice, pretty picture of this. There's a way. Let me get it. Grab some more noodles to put on top for more presentation purpose here. There we go. Alright, let me get my camera. I always get these pictures of my stuff to post on my thumbnails on YouTube and for posting on the internet and stuff, on my Discords and whatnot. Oops, that took like 1,000 pictures. I didn't want that. It took like 10 pictures. Alright, for this one. Okay. That should be pretty enough. So let me see if I can... Usually I have to pick it up and carry it over to the window where I get the natural light coming in, but it's too hot for me to pick up right now. Anyway, so hopefully you guys like this little recipe. This is how it turned out. It's not the prettiest thing ever, but it looks good to me. It's definitely going to be yummy. So I'm going to make more of these. You guys can feel free to watch me make more of these. I think these bowls I got are like perfect for doing this. More of that. And if you see there, I have a little notification that if I get to 15 subscribers, I will order a stuff I need to make my own Swedish Chef costume. And I will dress up as Swedish Chef for one of my cooking streams. If you guys don't know who that is the character from Muppets. He's the chef from Muppets. And he walks around his like little chicken and has he's always walking around and like dancing around and stuff like that. Making noise in the kitchen. Oh yeah?
Wait, are you done?
Yeah. Ramen noodles is not rocket science.
Yeah.
Go ahead and color a second and stuff. Get the table ready or something. So that is, this soup altogether has, this is Oriental flavored ramen noodles. It was boiled in water with sesame oil, and and salt in the water. That's gonna be for my non-meat loving daughter. But then it was, after the water started boiling, I put the noodles in and the flavoring in. And then after it boiled for a couple minutes, I threw in some milk, a bit about a cup of milk to give it a little extra creaminess and flavor. And then I added I beat 4 eggs and I put them in there too as well. Let it cook for about 30 seconds to a minute before I started folding. Because that gives it time for the eggs to cook. So yeah, big chunks of egg in here. Then I'm putting a hard-boiled egg in there, half a hard-boiled egg in each one. I'm putting some ham on top of each one. Give it a little extra something something. I was gonna do beef ramen with this, which would have probably also tasted good, but then I ended up having Oriental ramen, so I was like, yeah, I'm going with that.